South Korea's media censorship is complex. While press freedom exists, there are still restrictions, especially on content related to national security and politics. The Broadcasting Act, which regulates TV and radio, has been criticized for limiting free expression. This is why the Itaewon tragedy was not widely covered on television. To share information, visual content like photos and short video clip were used to show the seriousness of the situation. This helped to make the information more understandable and spread important safety messages. For example, the Rotten Mango podcast included clips from the incidents.
The next digital media channels from the video is social media. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok offers real-time communication, content sharing, and community building. News and information can be shared rapidly, sometimes leading to both positive and negative consequences. And it is very important for a person to have good media literacy for them to identify which of the news is misleading. For an example from the video, Twitter and Instagram can be seen handling real-time news differently. On Twitter, users are exposed to events like the Itaewon tragedy instantly through trending topics and posts without needing to follow specific accounts, offering on-the-go updates directly on their timeline. The information through Twitter also helps make people are more updated on the information quickly. As an example, the attendees of the event informed the incident and the current situation of the incident helps other people who wanted to go to the festival was alerted beforehand. Instagram, however, requires users to follow specific accounts or hashtags to stay updated, making it less immediate rather than Twitter. While social media provides real-time eyewitness content during crisis, it can also lead to misinformation. In the case of the Itaewon tragedy, false claims like the oil on the floor causing the crowd crush spread quickly before being debunked. This shows how social media can both inform and mislead, emphasizing the importance of fact-checking in such situations.
Podcasts offer a more intimate and nuanced discussion of a complex event. For example, Rotten Mango doesn't just present facts, but it engages with listeners with storytelling, emotional context, and its depth analysis. Unlike traditional media, brief soundbite podcasts give hosts the space to fully explore the topic. In this case of the Itaewon tragedy, this format was crucial to understanding its profound impact. Podcast also allows listeners to reflect and engage at their own pace. They can pause, rewind, or look up information as they listen.
In this case, e-news could include real-time updates and first-hand accounts from witnesses. With the rise of smartphones and social media, many attendees captured videos and images during the tragedy, providing raw and immediate content. These visitor-sourced videos can offer unique perspectives and more on-the-ground details that traditional news outlets might not capture instantly. Media organizations would likely gather these videos from social platforms or direct submissions and incorporate them into their e-news updates to provide more comprehensive coverage of the event. This would allow audiences to witness the scale and intensity of the situation from multiple vantage points. Since e-news is meant for delivering timely, factual, and up-to-the-minute information, including user-generated content such as the visitors' videos, it would enhance the immediacy and authenticity of the reports, even though these clips would need to be verified for accuracy before broadcasting for publication. On the other hand, an e-newsletter might come into play later on, providing a more comprehensive overview or analysis of the event after some time has passed. It could cover topics like safety reforms, interviews with the survivors or the families, and updates on ongoing investigations or policy changes in response to the tragedy.
There are webinars available in addition to that. For instance, Han Duck-soo, the Prime Minister of Korea, attended an international press conference. It was explained that Han Duck-soo was smiling during the press conference because he couldn't hear the translator's words. As he stated, "It's not my responsibility that I can't hear the translator's question." But things got worse when he told the public that the government would support the 16-year-old who committed suicide after suffering extensive grievance towards his friends, who was the victim of the Itaewon crowd surge. if he was more dedicated to receiving mental health care. After deciding not to include the high school student in the death toll, the South Korean authorities finally chose to name him as a victim of the Itaewon street disaster.
Live video, as mentioned in the podcast, captured the raw, real-time experience of the victims. Watching these unfiltered streams pull viewers into the chaos and confusion, evoking an immediate emotional response. The live footage from the Itaewon tragedy gave audience a direct window into the panic, fear, and heartbreak, making the connection to the event much more deeper.
This video also contains visual infographics. For instance, Stephanie Su has included a photo of the street in Itaewon where the tragedy occurred. This improves viewers' understanding and visualization of the Itaewon Halloween tragedy that night. They are able to walk in a number of alleyways, but the one where the incident occurred is the quickest for them to get from the subway to the street where they wish to celebrate Halloween. That's the reason why there are hundreds of individuals there.
Digital media offers a multitude of benefits that can enhance communication efforts, customer engagement, and overall productivity. Information can be shared instantly with a global audience and easily updated, ensuring accuracy and relevance, which can be seen through the posts on social media, which helps alert the public about the dangers of the festival. Additionally, digital platforms facilitate social interaction, allowing people to connect and share their stories from their experience. And from this, their voices can be heard from the government to take action and help those who are the victims of the crowd surge.